How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the LR INT Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. We got them 55% level 1 links, and we're going to test them out. We did manage to pull a copy of them surprisingly easier than it took us to get our copies of Beast Gohan. So let's take a look at these guys. So they have key 3, attack and defense 125%. They have an additional key 3 and attack and defense 125% when HP is 30% or more. They give superheroes, joint forces, or defenders of justice category allies key 3 and attack and defense 50%. With a chance of forming a critical hit 30% and launches an additional super attack up to 2 additional super attacks within a turn per INT obtained. They have a chance of forming a critical hit 12% and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack up to 2 additional attacks within a turn per AGL or STR key spheres. So you want to prioritize INT where you can. If you can't get INT, go after AGL or STR. They have an additional attack and defense 50% and reduce damage received by 30% starting from the turn in which they perform the 3rd attack in battle. Now, they can activate their standby mode, and when we get to that point, right, we will do so, right? Because you do kind of want to use it as soon as possible, right? You don't want to delay it. You would think you would, but actually getting them to the Gamma 1 is actually priority, especially if you have 2 of them. So they stand by for 4 turns, and this can be activated when 70% or less, or after he performs 3 attacks. So, while standbying for 4 turns, right, we increase the charge count per attack, just like with Sword of Hope Trunks. Now, their 12 key is raising attack and defense for the turn, causing colossal damage, and their 18 key is greatly raising attack and defense. So nothing special on that, right? Their function is going to be that standby once we get to it. So we actually can't pull the Oh, actually, all right, so we're going to do this. We're going to put Gogeta in front. Hopefully we don't eat a super here. So that way we can get the 2 here with this, with our 55% Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. So coming out the gate, right, we're 280k, just under 400. 300 rather, so it's not too bad. We do only have 2 links here, but we are getting support from the other Gammas, so I mean it's not terrible. So with this we can actually grab the perfect, okay, that worked out. We can actually grab the AGL with the other one, and we can see if that actually helps them get what they need. So their main function is support. I really don't think I would run 2 of them. Like outside of the showcase setting like we're doing now, I probably wouldn't run a double lead, right? I would probably just run the one of them. But you know, for the purposes of the showcase, obviously, we will run them as leads so you can see what it's like running their team. But I mean, as with most units, if you have the ability, so okay, 6.1. I mean, I guess that's not terrible given the links. As with most units, if you have the ability to run them under Beast Gohan, you should, simply due to the fact of what he's bringing to the team, right? The combination of everything that's happening with Beast Gohan's team means that most units on it can be relatively protected due to the target skills. Okay, there we go. So we're going to eat a super here. We are type advantage, so we should be fine, especially since we got the double super. Obviously, them needing to get to that standby quicker makes me feel like I want to give them additionals, right? I feel like that will help him. All right, now this friend, I believe, I got a double touch. I think they're rainbowed. Just because they were literally the only copy of the Gammas on there. So they actually did get the 3 attacks, right? So that Gammas could stand by on the next turn if they wanted.
Guess it's my turn. I will defeat you!
Excellent. Okay, so with that, that's tough. That is tough. Okay. let him get his build up. He's going to need it more. Okay. I mean, if this were any other situation, obviously, right, we would be focusing Beast Gohan, but the focus on this one is on the Gammas, so we'll just do that just so he can get some build up in him. There we go. Okay, so now we move on to the next rotation.
I shall take on the challenge if you insist on interfering. I'll show you who's the superhero.
Alright, so we can actually stand by our Gammas, so like I said, you want to prioritize getting that standby out as soon as you can, so that is what we're going to do here.
Number 1, keep that guy busy to buy me some time.
Number 2, are you gonna...
Alright, so the goal with this is going to be to get as many attacks as we can in their standby. So let's take a look at what they're doing in standby. So now that they're in standby, they have Key 6 and attack defense 250%. They reduce damage received by 50%, plus an additional attack and defense 50% when attacking. They do give superheroes join forces and defenders of justice still with the 50%. They don't lose their support passive, and chance for performing a critical hit 30%. They launch an additional super attack up to 2 within a turn per int key sphere obtained, and chance for performing a critical hit 12%, and launches an additional attack that has a great chance for becoming super attack up to 2 additional attacks with AGL. So not much has changed other than they gain, right, that additional 50% damage reduction, which will allow us to do this, right? So we can actually, I'm gonna stick them in front because I don't trust that Gamma 1 here isn't gonna get clobbered by a super in slot 1. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think, if I remember correctly, they don't have a super attack effect here, so we should be good. So as long as we can do a bunch of attacks within the next turn, right? Oh yeah, that would have eaten Gamma 1 alive with 0 build-up. So 11 million here. We are supported by Krillin and 18 from last turn. We are supported by the STR Gamma 1, although that is only defensively. They're here mainly for the links, right? We get 5 links with Gamma 1, so we do want to take advantage of that. Obviously, so once we can rotate back, right, we will get the other int Gamma 1 and 2 on with these guys. Okay, so post super should be able to tank the normals here. Yep, perfect. And then we'll let Gogeta do his thing. Alright, now we might actually, now I'm wishing we put Beast Gohan in front. We might actually be in trouble here this turn. Okay. We might actually be in trouble here. I just realized this. Alright, we should have put Beast Gohan in front. Shoot. Okay, let's grab that. So we are going to get the STR key spheres with this Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Hopefully... okay. We might be in trouble here. It's going to depend on who eats that super. Because remember, Gogeta can super twice. But it's really going to depend on who eats the super. Granted, LR Ultimate Gohan does still have his entrance passive up, so if we get a double or a triple super, he might be okay. Okay, there's the super. Alright, so, I mean, as long as he doesn't double super, we should be okay. He can double super, but if he doesn't, obviously that's best case scenario. There we go. Okay, and then next turn we can protect Ultimate Gohan, so that was a bad play on our part. We should have just went ahead and went with putting Beast Gohan in front, so that way we would at least have his... entrance pass, or we would at least have his target skill up here and know that this turn was going to be protected. There we go. Okay, we do get the triple super, but I don't think he's going to super Gohan. Yeah, which means we're really going to need these guys to get their extra super. There we go. We do get the extra super. Okay, so we did get STR keys here, so there's a chance we get another one. There's also the hidden potential proc, so we actually do get a triple super here with the friend Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Excellent. Okay, so we didn't get the fourth one, but we did get a fourth attack. But I think with a triple super, I feel like we might be able to tank this. I'm not sure, actually. I mean, this is a learning experience. Oh, yeah, totally. Okay, I was a bit worried there. Alright, excellent. So now let's use the core breaker.
I'm putting all the energy I have left into this charge!
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. And we did kind of like the bare minimum of charges we could get. Okay, so now we have him out as Gamma 1. So let's take a look here. So now that he's Gamma 1, he has Key 3, attack and defense 150%, reduces damage received by 15%, plus an additional Key 3, attack and defense 150%, and an additional damage reduction 15% when 30% or more, plus an additional 50% attack defense when attacking. He gives superheroes joint forces and defenders of justice still with the 50%, and launches an additional super attack with AGL. And launches an additional super attack. Now, he is changing key spheres, as we saw, to INT key spheres, AGL specifically, and gets a chance to perform a critical hit 20% up to 100%, plus an additional damage reduction up to 50% per INT or STR key sphere obtained. So we can actually, once again, chuck him in slot 1 here, and he should be relatively okay. So looking at the stats here, right, attack looking pretty good. We do have the support from the Krillin in 18, and then obviously the defensive support with the Gamma 1. So let's see how we do here. Okay, so we take double digits pre-super at this point with all of those key spheres obtained. 12 million, that's pretty good. Nice, and we do get a guaranteed additional super. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so that drives us into the Gogeta Blue phase. So we are going to use Beast Gohan's active here.
Is that all you've got?
Alright, and then let's do Gogeta. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put Gogeta in slot 1 here. Alright, and let Beast Gohan do his thing, and then we can grab that. Now, hopefully it doesn't kill him. We might, though, with this rotation. If we do, it's no big deal, right? We saw what we needed to see out of Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. We saw pretty much every form of our 55% copy. Obviously, it would have been nicer to see them with the LR INT other one connected to them once we hit standby. But, you know, it is kind of what it is. But let's see, right? Our Beast Gohan didn't get all that much build, so honestly, he might actually be okay, but then again, Gogeta's just going ham with these additionals right now, so I don't know. There we go, so 14 mil, and we weren't even trying to do anything with Beast here, and he's just casually throwing this out here. And then he gets his guaranteed additional. Alright, so let's see where that, there's the super. Okay, so at least we know it's not going to be on anyone else, and Beast Gohan is safe. Or, well, LR Ultimate Gohan is safe. Beastless Gohan, if you will. My only concern is if he decides to super slot 1. That's my only concern next turn. And that's assuming Gohan doesn't kill here. He very well might. Okay, no, actually, we're good. Perfect. Okay, so we can get one more turn here. Perfect. Okay, so let's actually grab... Wow, really? Okay, yeah, there we go. Because that'll still max us out even with those, right? Because what is it? Up to 50. Yeah, so with 4, yeah, that'll do it. Perfect. All right, and let's do the core breaker.
Number 1, keep that guy busy to buy me some time.
Number 2, are you gonna...
Excellent. Okay, so with that, we can actually grab this. All right, so now we actually have a really good turn, right? Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, obviously the Rainbow Friend's going to be looking a lot better, right? But, I mean, for our 55% copy, that's still pretty good, so. All right, we take double digits from Fizz Gogeta. That's actually pretty good. And we didn't have to eat the super, so 13 million here. Let's see. We do have a chance, and we do get the critical hit. Nice. All right, we get the additional super. Oh, this is a guaranteed, so we could have done 3 supers there. All right, and now 16 million on the Rainbow Friend and standby. So, I mean, this is a 100% supported turn, by the way. So this is actually kind of wild. There we go. We get the extra super with the friend. So we did end up getting to see the rotation I wanted to see, which is the 2 Gammas linked together, one in standby, one in not. So that actually worked out. So there you have it, folks. There is Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, the wildest support unit we've got yet on global. Like what they're doing for the superheroes team, especially the movie heroes variant of superheroes, is just phenomenal, right? They have a nuke for a standby, right? Much like Sword of Hope Trunks, and they support the team 50%, right? Combine that with HL Krillin and 18, also providing that 2-turn 50%, right? It stands for some very potent combos. It allows characters, right, especially when you're running under a double beast lead, right, it allows characters like, say, Ultimate Gohan to deal out some massive damage while also making up for his primary weakness. Same goes for like if we had the Fizz Blue Boys on here, they would be going wild with the kind of support that we can now give them while also offering some major protection. So definitely love the Gammas, and as you can see, 55% is all you need for them to do what they need to do, right? We still some pretty good stuff out of them here. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what are your thoughts on Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. And if nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.